Today, we're gonna look to see, is it any faster to inflate your tires using a 4-tire inflation system versus a single tire inflator? I am always looking for faster ways to do things. We've got the TerraFlex Nomad wheels on the Ecodiesel JL, and they air down extremely fast and simple. So today we're gonna be taking a look at the Speedflate. This is a 4-tire air-up system that allows you to connect your compressor to all 4 of your tires at once and essentially hands-free air up all of your tires. Now when I used this for the first time, I thought to myself, I feel like I aired up a lot faster than doing each tire manually. I figured, well, why don't we make this video to see, is it any quicker? My initial thoughts are that it will be faster. So we're gonna take a look at the total amount of time that it takes for me to air up using the Speedflate versus just my regular single tire A or B inflator. We're gonna air down the JL. I'll air it down to what I normally have it set for off-roading, and then we're gonna see how long it takes us to air up using each method. So I have the Speedflate here. Now Speedflate is a pretty new company. It's actually started by fellow YouTuber TJ Mitchell Films. If you don't follow him, I'll put a link down in the description. You can check out his Jeep videos as well, but he started this company called Speedflate, and it's a pretty cool product. We have the connection point, which we have a digital tire gauge or digital inflator gauge. Then we have a quick connect for our air compressor. On here we have a valve which allows you to open and close the systems. All the joints on here are all swivel joints, which is nice, so things aren't gonna get bound up. Off of the manifold we have 2 sides, and then off of each side we have 2 tire inflator connectors. We have one that will go to the closest tire to your air compressor, and then we have one to go to the second tire. And once you have all 4 of these on, you can start inflating all 4 tires at once, and they will all be the same pressure because they will equalize across the system. We have this tire set to 12. We'll go around and set all the other tires to 12 PSI, and we're gonna air back up to 30 PSI and see just how long it takes. Now, these are 37 by 12.5 inch Nitto Trail grapplers, if you're wondering just how big these tires are, and they do take a ton of air to fill up and take a little bit of time. So I have my air up systems here ready to go. So the way I'm gonna do this is we're gonna start with the tailgate closed, just like we would if we were out off-roading and ready to begin airing up. I will time exactly how long it takes per tire, as well as the collective time for the 4 tires, and we'll take a look at that at the end so we can just see if it actually is inflating the tires any faster or whether or not the setup time is just making the whole process a little bit faster. All right, let's start our timer now. So there we go. It's about 12.5 minutes. We have 12 minutes, 20 seconds on here. And that's how long it took me to air up all 4 tires using a single tire inflator from 12 PSI to 30 PSI, which is about what I drive at on the street. Got our Speedflate system here. What we want to do is take out the centerpiece first. There we go, locked in. And then what I like to do is take one side out at a time so that we don't have everything all over the place. And then we can go around and connect it to our tires. So the nice thing about this expandable hose is that you're not dragging it through the dirt and the mud when you're connecting it to all your tires, because it's tight enough that it will pull itself shorter and keep itself up and out of the way, which I think is a really nice advantage over some of the other 4-tire air-up systems out there. All right, so we're just gonna walk around to each tire and then connect the connector onto the airline like that. From the rear tire, we're just gonna run it back to our front tire over here and clip it on. And so there you go. It's up and out of the way and not dragging in the dirt and the mud or water or whatever your Jeep might be stopped in while you air up. So I do really like that. Keeps the hose a lot cleaner and you're not always having to wipe it off and get all the crap off it. All right, pretty much the same thing for our driver's side. We've taken the rest of the hose out of the bag and we're just gonna go clip it on to each tire. And there we go. That's basically how simple and easy the Speedflate system is to connect. And now you can stand at the back of your Jeep and fill up your tires. So the other nice thing about the Speedflate is that you can also use it to air down all 4 tires at the same time. Just walk around, connect it all up to each valve stem, don't connect it to your compressor, and you get to see just how much air collectively is in all of the tires. And you can open this valve right here and begin letting out air from all 4 tires at once. So you can stand here at the back of your Jeep, air everything down all at the same time, and they're all gonna be set to the same PSI when you're done. Something I noticed with the digital pressure gauge on the Speedflate is it actually has increments of 1/10 PSI, so you can get quite accurate. The ARB compressor that we have right here only does half PSI increments. So now let's do the exact same test using the Speedflate. Okay, I'm gonna start the timer, but I'm gonna air up in a slightly different order. With the Speedflates, I find it easier if you go take all of the valve stem caps off first, so that then you can just walk around and plug the Speedflate onto all 4 tires. So without having to stand there and undo the valve stem cap while you're holding the Speedflate in hand, it just makes it a little bit easier. But we're still gonna start the same way. We're gonna start our timer, open the tailgate, and then I'll go take the valves off. All right, let's get started. So 10 minutes, 44 seconds, a little bit faster. So now what I want to do is see just how long air up times are, because I think you guys are all probably wondering, is it actually faster to fill up all 4 tires, or is the system just setting up quicker and putting away quicker than an airline and a single tire inflator? So let's go measure it and see how long it takes us to fill up all 4 tires using the single tire inflator, and how long it takes us to fill up all 4 tires when they're connected to the Speedflate, filling all up at the same time. And we're only gonna measure from the time we start filling to the time that tire is then at 30 PSI. And with the single tires, we'll just add 4 together. With the Speedflate, we'll measure from start to finish. All right, we have our ARB tire inflator here. We have our tire set to 12 PSI. Now, do you remember these are 37 by 12.5-inch tires? And we're gonna air them up to 30 PSI. So let's get started. All right, there we go. Just a hair over 30 PSI. That took us 1 minute and 52 seconds. All right, so if we were to do all 4 tires, that would be about 7 minutes and 28 seconds, give or take, and assuming my math is correct off the top of my head. So that's not too bad for taking a 37-inch tire from 12 PSI to 30 PSI. Let's just see how long that would take us using the Speedflate, doing all 4 at the same time. So I was talking with TJ Mitchell about this upcoming video. He said, hey, if you want to offer your viewers, you guys, a discount, use the code KC250 if you're thinking about grabbing one of these Speedflates, and you will get a discount. I will put some links down in the description below if you want to follow them. Also, I'll put some links down to the stuff that I'm using in this video, like the ARB compressor, the ARB inflator, the TerraFlex Nomads, and you can go check them out, and maybe if you're interested in grabbing them, click the links. They are affiliate links. They do help support the channel. It pretty much goes back into making all of these awesome videos for you guys, so I do appreciate it a ton. So we've got all the tires equalized, just about 12, slightly over 12.2 PSI. And all we have to do now is open this valve, and it is going to start releasing air into all 4 tires, and we will start our timer. And so to air up 4 tires individually, it was 7 minutes and 28 seconds. Let's see how long this is gonna take. I know the compressor's a little bit noisy behind me, but essentially I could go do something else right now. I don't have to be standing here waiting for my tires to fill up, which to me, that alone is totally worth getting a 4-tire inflation system. So if you want to check to see how much progress you've made, you just close this valve. You're going to see the equalized tire pressure of all 4 tires. One of the great things is you could just walk away from it And if it's really cold or raining or anything like that, you can hop in your Jeep. If you've got the TPMS sensors, you can watch the PSI go up, have a coffee, go shoot some video, chat with your friends, whatever. But airing up all 4 tires on their own is pretty great. All right, there we go. And we're at about 6 minutes and 41 seconds. So just under a minute faster than doing all 4 tires individually. But I think the biggest thing here is that while you're airing up, you can go and do something else. I think 4 tire air up systems are the way to go. TJ Mitchell's a pretty awesome guy and he's just doing it on his own. So I do like to support anyone else who's trying to start their own small business, which that in itself is pretty awesome. So what are you guys using for air up? Let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video as well. Share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, new videos every week. And I'll see you guys in the next upload.